It's a sharp winter's morning on a golf course in South London. Just by the 13th green, 3 members of Britain's nuclear defence force are heading for a spell on duty. They're members of the Royal Observer Corps, volunteers who are soldiers in their spare time. Their weekly exercise on the golf course takes place not on the fairways, but 15 feet below ground. This is the entrance to an underground bunker, a tiny outpost of the civil defence network in London. It's one of more than 800 monitoring posts throughout the UK, operated by the government's warning and monitoring organisation. If nuclear war ever came to London, volunteers like these would have the job of plotting where the bombs had landed and where radioactive fallout was spreading. So the Royal Observer Corps regularly carry out training exercises. Of course, it's possible that someday in the future the volunteers would be disappearing down this bunker, not for an exercise, but for the real thing. That would be the time when not only the Royal Observer Corps, but the whole of London's civil defence network would be put to the ultimate test. The London programme has carried out a thorough investigation of how this network would try to help the population survive a nuclear attack on London. The details, which we'll be presenting for the first time on television, are not the result of speculation. They're taken from previously unpublished government and local authority plans like these and interviews with those intimately involved in civil defence. We're going to assess whether such plans will save the lives of millions of Londoners or whether, as some people allege, they're virtually worthless. It's this question which has recently been the focus of a heated political argument between the government and politicians in London who support the cause of disarmament. It's an argument which began when the Conservatives decided 3 years ago to take a new initiative on civil defence. It's clear that the political argument over the value of the efforts of the Royal Observer Corps and the rest of London's civil defence network will get louder in 1983. The government will shortly introduce new regulations which will force the GLC to make plans for the civil defence of London, including schemes for evacuation.
Nuclear burst 15 post.
Already the nuclear disarmers are rehearsing the arguments which they're confident will show that mass evacuation is not a practicable proposition. But although the precise form of the debate will change, the basic argument over civil defence will not. The government will reiterate its view that while nuclear deterrence is the main defence against attack, there must be some system to help the population if the unthinkable ever happened. The disarmers will go on saying that the only defence against the bomb is to ban it, and that if London ever was attacked, the Royal Observer Corps would emerge from their bunker only to find the city devastated and the vast majority of Londoners dead.